What a cracking day it is here out in the East Lothian countryside. Now today we're here in one of the smallest villages in East Lothian with one of the biggest historical stories to tell. Today I'm going to show you the birthplace of the Scottish flag, the Saltire, the flag of St Andrews. It's right here in this little village. But first of all, how do you think they pronounce the name? We're about 20 miles outside of Edinburgh here and about 5 miles away from North Berwick. So we've got the Firth of Forth over there, and on the horizon that's North Berwick Law. We've climbed that before on the vlog. I'll include a link above. This is such a pretty little village. Let's go and have a wander round before we explore the history of the Scottish flag. These cottages are absolutely gorgeous. This is another of those places in East Lothian which I think I could quite happily move to. How about one of those? Look gorgeous, don't they? Could you see yourself living in one of those houses? Let's take a look over here. Postbox. And some sort of memorial. Let's get a closer look. A memorial dedicated to Robert Blair, who died in 1746. The village is only a couple of miles away from the National Museum of Flight at East Fortune. So if you're visiting the museum, you may as well take 10 minutes and come along here. It's absolutely gorgeous. That's what we want to see. The flag of Scotland, the Saltire. And this is where it all began. And inside the parish church, we have a heritage centre dedicated to the birthplace of Scotland's flag. So first of all, about that name. If you look it up on the internet, they'll pronounce it Athelstaneford. And I guess that is the English pronunciation, but we're in Scotland, of course. If you're local, you're going to pronounce this village as Ayleshenford. Ayleshenford, not Athelstaneford, although I think both of them sound fantastic, don't you? This is Ayleshenford's Parish Church, home of the Flag Heritage Exhibition, but we're going to go down here first because there's another memorial to the flag itself just along here. Wow. This parish church is gorgeous, isn't it? The Heritage Centre is just behind it, with some fabulous views over the countryside. All right, let's talk about the history of the flag. I think we need to head into this little enclosure. Yeah, there we go. The Athelstaneford Doocot Flag Heritage Centre. Okay, let's have a look. Flag Heritage Centre inside a Doocot. Yep, there's a very small door. As I've said in so many of my historical videos, if you visit a castle in Scotland or a historical monument, there's usually a Doocot or a dovecote. Let's go and have a look inside. After duck. Oh, bumped my head. Each of those cubby holes would once have housed a dove or a pigeon. They used to love eating pigeons in the Middle Ages, you know. And inside we have just a little presentation. To hear the story in English, press the button above, but you can also hear it in all sorts of languages as well. This is fantastic. There's a proper audio-visual presentation going on above my head here in this little dovecote. It's really cool.
As one section followed our retreating Gallic horse.
And on the outside, we have a view of where this legendary battle took place. So let me tell you the story of how the Scottish flag came about. On this field behind me, back in the year 832, King Angus of the Picts, because that's what they called the Scots in those days, was about to lead his troops into battle against the Anglo Saxons. On the night before the battle, he sat down and prayed to God, asking for his army to be victorious. On the morning of the battle, he was rewarded when he looked up into the sky. He saw a cross made out of white clouds on the blue sky background. And it was one of those diagonal crosses that St. Andrew had been crucified on. They took this as a sign that they were going to be victorious. He led the troops into battle and they triumphed over the Anglo-Saxons. And that became the basis for that vision, that white cross on the blue sky. That vision became the Scottish flag. And that's how it happened, allegedly. It's a great story, isn't it? It's a great legend, and I just love it. And I hope that there's a scintilla of truth in that. So there you have it. Athelstaneford, Athelstaneford, the birthplace of the Scottish flag, the Saltire, the flag of St. Andrews. That white cross on a blue background. It all started here. What a powerful historical story. And what a great little heritage centre they have here at Athelstaneford. Now it's free to go inside that Doocot and to watch that audio-visual presentation. Remember, if you're on your way to the National Museum of Flight, just a couple of miles away from here, do please pop in and see the Flag Heritage Centre. Well worth the 20 minutes or so that you'll need to visit here, this historic birthplace of the Scottish flag. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Rog Vlog. If you enjoyed the video, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll see you on the next video.